Hi friends, in this video let's talk about triggers in the SQL server. Triggers are one of the important object in the SQL server. So these are the triggers is a special kind of stored procedure, so which is going to fire whenever an event occurs on the database objects. And also triggers are also works like a constraints, system defined constraints. When I say system defined constraints, I mean like kind of system defined constraints like a primary key, not null, unique kind of stuff. So whenever it tries to insert a particular value into the particular column, that not null or primary key or unique key constraint is going to fire automatically. Similarly, so these triggers also fires whenever a particular operation happens on the database. So there are around two triggers are there in the SQL server. First one is DDL triggers. Second one is DML triggers. So when I say DDL triggers, data definition language triggers. DDL is nothing but a data definition language. So whenever we are dealing with a data definition related commands, DDL commands, so that time these commands are going to fire. So when I say DDL, what are all the data definition commands? Create, alter, drop. So it's a kind of whenever we do these kind of options on a particular database object, so these DTL triggers are going to fire. Let us say create table, or like a create you, like a create stored procedure, or create like a database, alter database kind of stuff. So whenever we perform these kind of DDL commands, so these DDL triggers are going to fire. So when I say DML triggers, so DML is nothing but a data manipulation language. So what are all the commands which performs on the data? So those commands are the DML commands. So what are all the triggers which fires on the DML commands? Those triggers are going to call as a DML triggers. So what are all the DML triggers? Now insert, update, and delete. So let us say whenever I perform insert operation on the particular table, so this DML trigger is going to fire. So whenever I perform update on a particular table, so this update trigger is going to fire. So whenever I perform a delete option on a particular table, so delete trigger is going to fire. So these triggers are going to stored in the SQL Server database separately. So but whenever you drop a particular table, these triggers may not drop. You need to explicitly drop these triggers. So these are all about theoretically about the triggers. In the next video, I'll talk about practical examples on the DDL and DML triggers. That's it. Thank you for watching.